Okay, good morning everybody. This is Luke here from Breakout Trading, and I'm going to show to you today how easy it is to trade stocks once you have a proven strategy. That simple. Right now we're working on the concept of Breakout 2020. If you don't know what that is, it's the combination it's us attempting to combine my strategy as well as Tony Hedges' strategy. He's also part of Breakout Trading. Testing it, sort of back checking it, and then we're going to put it to good use. I mean, we've been profitable 13 out of the last 14 days. Today's day 15, and the system works so far. Anything could change. 13 days could be lucky. Could be lucky. I bet black in the casino and had it land red 13 times in a row. So you never know. We're gonna test this out and we're gonna find out. And after 30 days of profitability, we'll move over to small account challenge using CMEG. They give you 6-to-1 leverage, no PDT, and other than that, it's pretty simple. I do suggest, if you are going to follow me this morning, if you are going to trade with me this morning, I'm just going to share this in the comments section. You can get access to the zero delay. I sent it to YouTube, and I'm going to send it to Facebook now. You can get access to the 0-second delay because there's a slight delay on Facebook and YouTube. And Facebook, I'm going to send the link now. And then we're going to run through my pre-market scan. Super simple. We're looking for just a few things. And following that, it's pretty amazing. I mean, the strategy has actually blown me away. And, Tony's strategy, he worked in the hedge fund industry for 11 years. So he already had a great strategy. But he also had millions of dollars at his disposal and was able to average down like it was nothing. I didn't have that ability. So I had to incorporate my own strategy into his strategy. And essentially all I did was take out the averaging down and the $300 stocks. That's really it. All right, I'm going to put the 0-second delay in here. Thank you for those of you wishing me a happy birthday. 29, what an age. You're so close to 30. Ugh. All right. Anyway, it's bad. I went on a run this morning. That's how you know I'm getting scared of getting old. You're getting scared of getting old when you go on a run. All of a sudden, I'll never run again. There is no second run. Maybe we'll see. Maybe I'll keep it going. But I got sick, and that's why I've been away for a little bit. I got sick, lost about 15 pounds, 13 pounds. It's rounded to 15. All right, let's do this. Let's see what's rocking this morning. You got VTVT. I already know that the float on VTVT is not that low. So let's check the float. Let's check the chart. Now, normally I use Trade Ideas, but I am not using Trade Ideas because I'm doing everything on a free basis. I'm also not going to pay for Trade Ideas if I'm using a paper account. Doesn't make sense. So I have it on suspension until we go live. It's really not that much of a necessity to me. Some people swear by it. All the stuff that needs to be found out can be found out anyway. All right, so VTVT, we got a float of, beautiful. Only a 3.84 million share float. 57.33 shares outstanding. which in essence means the short float's 34%. I would be very careful of this one. Let me see. I have to. I still, even though I'm switching to sterling. By the way, that's part of Breakout 2020 is switching to a sterling platform. TD Ameritrade is horrible. All right, so we know there's going to be a lot of insider activity. We know it has a very low float, but there's a lot of insider shareholders. It's been staying above the VWAP pretty steady all morning, except for right now. It's kind of bouncing on the VWAP. Let's see if it can hold up there. I'm assuming it's up on some amazing news. So far, I like what I see. We know there's going to be insider information, so this is not one I think we should hold all the insider activity. So this is not one we should hold all day. I mean, what are we looking for? What are the 5 things we're looking for? A stock less than $12, over 90 cents, right? That meets this. A float less than 40 million. This beats that by far. This has only got a 4 million float. We want the volume to be at least 10% of the float. I can guarantee you this has about 1 or 2 million shares of volume without even punching it in. So we meet that criteria. We would like it to stay above the VWAP the entire pre-market. That's not one of the 5 fingers on the 5-finger strategy. That is just something I like to see. I want to see it stay above the VWAP the entire pre-market. I really like this one. Yeah, see, it tested and mother approved. All right, we're gonna end. What else? It's I got the percentage, I got the floats, the volume. Oh yeah, we want to see if it's up on news or earnings. Yeah. Okay. Positive results from phase 2. Okay. Phase 3 is always the best, or FDA fast track when it comes to a drug or something like that. Wow, 2.4 million shares traded already. So, is that right? Yeah, let's check it out. I think VT might be the one to trade. So the next thing we want to look for, okay, whatever, VT. Yeah, it's got a lot of shares, but a low float, 3 million share float. This one is screaming at me right now. I'm very interested in this one. All right, so when you have one that strikes all the 5-finger chords, it's up on news, it's got high volume, low float, it's staying above the VWAP, so its technicals are great. We're going to take a look at the NASDAQ's pre-market. The NASDAQ, you can get the NASDAQ's most advanced list just by going on NASDAQ.com. And for me, when I am interested in a stock, if I go to the most advanced list and it is there, that to me is a hell yes. Hell yes, hell yes. It's either a hell yes or a hell no. If it's at the top of the list, because the higher it is on the list, the more advanced it is, it's even more of a hell yes. I don't see it on most active, but we don't care about that. We only care about most advanced, which is this one, and not here. That's a little disappointing. All right, so the next thing I want to look at, if it's not going to be there, I want to look at. I like to use stockcharts.com. They're a free stock charting website. It gives you exact points of entry, so you don't have to guess. VT, and sometimes you'll be over the points of entry, and if that's the case, then you just say to yourself, you know what, this is too late. So once you get there and you type in a stock, it's pretty simple, predefined range. You want to go 1 year, just to see if you're hitting a new 52-week high, because that's always a catalyst as well. That's a great technical catalyst. And that's it. And then you go down and you change this one on overlays under simple moving averages to pivots and update. And now we got pivots, baby. All right, so the R2 is at 331, and we're at 380 right now. And idealistic buy would be a pullback. We're also at a 52-week high, mind you. An idealistic buy would be if this thing pulled back to 30.31. It seems it's only about 50 cents away. It could happen. I would not dismiss this. If this started dumping out the gate once the market opens, I would not be like, oh, forget it. No. I have points that I know that are great entries. And here we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to mark that point, because that is an extremely important point. Jesse Livermore, who's one of the greatest traders of all time, actually blew his head out because he lost all his money. Not a great endorsement, but he was the Warren Buffett of his time. And just imagine if Warren Buffett lost all his money. You don't think he would blow his brains out? Highly recommended book here. It's How to Trade in Stock. Jesse Livermore, How to Trade in Stocks. It's plural. But you want to make sure you get the one with updates and commentary by Richard Smitten. Best book you could read. Jesse Livermore believed in trading solely off of pivot points. He wouldn't touch a stock if it wasn't on a pivot point. What we're looking at right now, these are monthly pivot points. If you look over here, I actually have daily pivot points. Same thing, R1, R2, S1, S2, and the P, which is the main pivot. So anything under the P, the S, the S1 is not, that important. And the stock's obviously at 376 right now, but it's not showing because the market didn't open yet. We're very high above the monthly pivot. And here's something interesting as well. You could see that the R1 is the R2 on the daily pivot. So this is a strong number as well. If we drop down and blow through 331, I'm going to be watching the R1, because it's not only a monthly pivot, but a daily pivot. The more factors of something, if there's a Fibonacci sequence there, if there's a moving average there, if there's a pivot point there, if there's, whatever it is, the more factors, the more likely people are going to buy. All right. I think I beat that horse to death. And okay, now, looking up the pivots, I like to look up the channels, which can be done very simply. All right, so you open up another stockcharts.com page, same thing, predefined range, 1 year, size 780, candlestick always, and then now we change all the overlays to price channels, price channels, price channels. Now keep in mind, these can be messed with. I'm going to use my standard 200, 100, 150, but these numbers are moving averages. So since this stock is in uncharted territory at a 52-week high, I might have to go out 300 to 500 trading days just to see what it did in that scenario. So all that being said, and let's move on. So I'm going to update, and again, this is stockcharts.com. I hope you're getting this. This is very important stuff. So now we're getting price channels here. These are not very helpful. You can get a glimpse, an overview of the price channels right here, 278, 278, 278. But there's that number again, right? 276, 278. If this sucker comes down to 278, I'm going to be very interested in buying, because multiple moving averages end up with it at that point. So 278 is a great purchase price. If we get down there, which we may. It's possible. Looks like it's headed there. But I'm also going to be watching that 331 level. You know, you always wait. That's another Jesse Livermore rule. Always wait for the confirmation. You know, if you think that if we know that 331 is a pivot, wait for it to pivot. It's that simple. All right, beautiful. So I love ETVT. We got some great entries on here. I'm gonna add the 31. Just put a little alert here, and I'm also that 278. I would be super happy if it went down to 278. I just know I'm gonna make money if it goes to 278. I would bet on it, and you technically are betting. All right, grid alert. There we go. Oh, and I love that. Did you see that? This is kind of where it started taking off. So it makes sense for it to come back down to that point. Now, if I wanted to, when I'm looking at price channels, see, these are price channels, but this is a little sloppy. It's a little hard to see. Yeah, there's a price channel between 2 and 1. So let's go out a little further and change this 500 to 300. I mean this 50 to 300, and see if any new numbers come up. Okay, so we got a 350. We have a channel. It tells me right here. It's not showing, but there is a channel from 278 to 350. So what is that 350? That's your exit. That's your exit. If you do get in at 278, 350 is a good exit. Potentially a good partial exit. Could even shift it up more and go 500, 200, 300, 500. And that's it. It looks like the highest this stock has gone in 500 trading days is 350. All right, but I'm going to leave it at the default, which to me is 50, 100. Now, understanding this is gold. All right, so let's go back to the charts here. All right. What's the next one? We got TCO. Volume, 1 million. I like the volume. Let's take a look at it on here. Nope, not there. Here. TCO. Okay, so TCO is in a terrible downtrend, but it has broken out of the downward channel for sure. It's a $34 stock. It's a little, it's out of my range, but you know, it is all about percentages when you think about it, and I'm not gonna dismiss it just because it's out of my price range. I mean, look at a stock like MYO, although that did start as an $8 stock. Let's see. Let's refresh this list, see what comes to the top on the most advanced. Okay, so we got ADVM on the most advanced, up 20%. That's more than the 15% that is required. So, oh, that's another thing. So the stock, again, very clearly, what is all that noise? AVDM, ADVM. All right, so you can right away tell it doesn't have much volume. Although it did hit 1325 and now sits at 12. There's potential with this one. It's one I definitely want to watch. So far, it is just within the $12 range. Is it up on news? Okay, so you got price targets raised by how many? Um, okay, that's good. When you have multiple companies raise a price target, that's beneficial. Did it just come out with earnings or something? Why are they raising the price target? Not super confident in this one. Yeah, they came out. No, they didn't come out with earnings. Not super confident in this one. I'm still leaning towards VTVT. I would like to see it pull down to 3130. And if I don't see it pull down to 3130, I will buy over the pre-market highs. Absolutely. So we got two entries, 4140 and 3130. I'm going to go ahead and punch that in on the text alerts. If you are not subscribed to the text alerts, it is in the description, so feel free. If you don't like the sound of my voice or the cut of my jib, you could just get my killer alerts sent right to your phone. There's one that says alerts, and then there's also a chat room. I've been doing this a year now, as of January 20th. Today is my birthday. I'm 29 years old. And within the last year, I've turned down jobs with AXA Advisors, another firm, Gunman, and Andrew Garrett. Legitimate jobs to do this because I love trading. I love, because I know there's a ton of people. It's so accessible today. What do I have? Cash App on my phone. It's a stock market app now. You could buy stocks on the thing. I'm like, I didn't sign up for this. I just, whatever. But it's so accessible. Everybody's using it, and nobody knows what they're doing. I've been doing this about 10 years. I've been profitable about 4 years, getting on that 4-year mark now that I'm 29. And, I'm at a point where I'm extremely confident with my trading. Not overconfident, but, I just know what I'm doing. I'm trying to say it without sounding cocky, but I can't. All right. Let's keep this party moving. You know what? There's nothing. Test. Oh, all right. Yeah, I know it says big announcement in the thing there, and the big announcements might or might not apply to you. But if you love finance, if you love stock trading like I do, not only can I get you into a firm, either to be a trader, a stockbroker. Actually, you can't be an analyst anymore unless it's a bonds analyst without a bachelor's degree. But I can get you into a firm, obviously, if you live in the New York metropolitan area. And if you don't, I'm sure there's a financial firm near you. Go to any Bank of America. There's a Merrill Lynch station there, or so on and so forth. But what you need to get that job is your Series 7, which is the third hardest test in America. So, be it that I've taken the test before and I'm restudying for it, and the stuff is gonna come out of my mouth like molasses. I am going to do my studying live. That way you can join me. How it's going to be set up, I don't know. But you'll have a Series 7. I'll tell you which book to buy, blah, 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 blah. It's a great opportunity if you really love finance, and it's extraordinarily beneficial for your trading. I mean, some of it, to understand that municipal bonds might be uh, local, state, and federal tax free. It's not going to help you in your trading, but if you have love for this, then I think it's something you should do. Because let me tell you something. At the end of the day, trading is great, but I've been profitable for almost 4 years, and it's been just enough to pay my rent, my car payments, and things of that nature. Like, don't think you're gonna hit the Hail Mary trade. It doesn't work like that. You know, it might. I don't want to diminish anybody's dreams. You could hit it rich and be, you know, Timothy Skykes and I don't know. But in reality, if you pay bills and have a life and rent, and if you're doing this full time, a lot of your profit is going to go to that. And if you take a bad loss, it can really screw up, the next couple of months. So that's why discipline is extremely important. To be extremely disciplined, to only trade the stocks that meet the criteria of your strategy. And I'm going to stop mumbling because we got some potentials up here. All right, see, this one, it's up 21%, but it's got no volume. I'm not interested. Same thing with MYO. Oh, MYO is down. MREO. MREO, even though it has low volume, does spike my interest. Does anybody know why? Because that's the streaming one. It is on the most advanced list. No, it's not. All right, let's close deals, guys. Tesla's on the most advanced list again, man. This thing is a beast. AQST is a great stock to trade, but it's just a little low in the percentages department. I'm going to add AQST up here onto a different chart. Closing time. ADVM is really the one that's... Let's take a closer look at ADVM. Let's punch it in on the charts. It might show us something. So it's up on a upgrade, right? ADVM. Analysts think it'll go to 21. It looks like it's near a 52-week high, which is good but not great. It looks like it's in between the R1 and the R2, which to me is my favorite location in the world. More than, I don't know, what's a nice place? The Bahamas. Actually, the Bahamas is kind of ghetto. Can't think of anything. All right, so 1141 is the R. So if this pulled back to 1141, that would be a great entry price. 1150 even. Create alerts. Beautiful. Yeah, and let's check. Let's overlay it and do a 3D chart here. DVT. Okay, that's not the same stock. ADVM. All right, and it looks like it reset all my parameters. So guys, if you're interested, like I said, in the taking the Series 7, studying for it together, just simply message me. I suggest that you message me through Telegram, through one of the links below, but message me however. Also, if you want some private tutoring, that is something I can do as well. There's only so much I can show you when the market's gonna open in 7 minutes. What the heck is going on here? Give me 1 second here. Price channels, price channels, price channels. You might be saying to me, Luke, why are you ignoring Tesla? I mean, it's on the most advanced list, and I got it on a chart. Don't get me wrong. It's being watched, and but it doesn't meet my strategy. I need to stay disciplined. I cannot be distracted by potential Hail Mary plays. So this is beautiful. So the second entry, we got entry number one, which is like 1150. Second entry is 1246. I would go with 1251 just to get over that psychological resistance of the 50-cent mark. And this stock can go all the way to 1638. That is the width of this channel. This stock has more potential than I gave it credit for. And it's on the top of the most advanced list. It's got upgrades. What else? What else? What else good can I find about this stock? Tell me it's got a low float and I'll faint. Because that is the finishing touches. The low float. The only thing it doesn't have is volume. But let's give it to the open. Oh. Okay. And it's in a descending not a descending triangle. It's just in a wedge formation. But it appears we already broken out to the north side of the wedge because we're at $12 and $12 is up here. We've broken out of the wedge. So we're very likely going to take off. This could go to 1638. It could do that today. It's not uncommon for this stock to make multiple point moves in a single day, which tells me it likely has a low float. Yeah. Okay. 58 is ideal. I mean, it's not less than 40, no, but it is still relatively low. So now it's not one of the big ones. Love it. Great potential on this one. Let me check its volume real quick. I want to see what its volume looks like. Come on. ADV. Alright, no, I take it back. It's got volume. It's got volume. It's not a lot, but it's got volume. It's got people watching it. It's broken out of the wedge. I really like this one. I think that this one could absolutely move. We found great. It's in between the R1 and the R2. My favorite location. I call that the launching pad. In between the R1 and the R2. So either it's going to pull down to 1144 or it's just going to break out over 13. Great entry again is, we already identified it, is 1246 if we can get above 1250. So if it starts popping up, let's say 1220, 1225, 1230, 1235, I'm not buying this until it breaks into the new channel. Why? Because if it's going 1220, 1230, 1240, and then it goes 1230, 1220, 1210, it's literally at the top of the channel. I'm buying it at the worst possible location. The key spot to buy this is once it breaks out of the channel. Once it breaks into this channel, tells me, okay, where are we going next? 1638. That's a massive gain. That's a massive gain. That's 4 points on a $12 stock. I love both of these. I love VTVT and I love ADVM. I know one of them is going to be a moneymaker, and That's it. So Breakout 2020 is utilizing, that's the new program, utilizing this strategy. It's a mixture of my strategy and a mixture of Tony's strategy. My strategy was more instructional, stocks between 90 cents and $12, over 15% in the pre-market, above the VWAP the entire time in the pre-market is the sixth finger. Even though it's a five-finger strategy, so ignore that one. Up on news or earnings, low float, high volume. All that stuff combined with Tony's technicals is just it's unfallible strategy. Here we go, getting ready to open here. And right now we're looking at ADVM and VTVT. So I'm going to put that in the text alerts. If you're not signed up for the text alerts, please sign up below. There's a text alert section and also just a general chat. So VTVT, we decided we would buy at 331 if it pulls down to that level. If it doesn't, or we'll buy it over the pre-market highs. VTVT is at or above. All right, so VTVT looks like it's okay. So ADVM is pulling back hard. It pulled back. It looks like there's a channel here at 1112. Could be a good purchase point. Okay, so VTVT, I'm getting ready to buy. It broke over the pre-market highs here. And now it broke below the pre-market highs, so I'm glad I was slow on the draw here. Yeah, ADVM is kind of just dumping. Okay, I like ADVM. I'm getting an ADVM. And I'm buying it right here at this price. I like it. All right, I own that, and then VTVT. What the heck's going on? Okay, so VTVT broke above the pre-market highs and then fell back down. I would get ready for that 330 crunch, or even that, which was it, 276? Keep an eye on that one. But I like VTVT at 1110. Absolutely. I'm in that at 1110, 1,000 shares. Okay. All right, so we're coming back up on VTVT. Let me get my order ready just in case I do hop in. ARCA. I usually go with ARCA when in doubt. 395, 390. Closing time. Oh, look at VTVT. Beautiful. Up 1 point already. Let that run. 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 Come on. Come on, VTVT. I mean ADVM. VTVT. I'm getting confused now. VTVT now 12. Can we break 12? We got to break through 12. Come on. Oof. Falling back some. Break through 12. Break through 12. I can't see this without the level 2. I can't do this. There we go. Beautiful pick on VTVT. I mean, I keep saying VTVT. ADVM. ADVM. Great, great pick. I'm still undecided on whether or not to touch VTVT. All right. Come on, baby. Come on, baby boy. So we got this kind of very unusual formation. I kind of want to take a partial because I'm getting a little worried it's going against me. Crap. 750. Hold on there. Hold on there. I'm not jumping out yet. It should pop up here. But I should have took a partial once it hit 12 like it is now. Okay, so I'm taking a 3/4 partial on this one because a point is good enough for me. 1187, that's market price, market price, market price. All right, we're at 1210, 1218. Very good. And 1220. Very good, very good. Taking a partial. All right, very good play. All right, let's take a look at I'm still in ADVM. I just took a partial. VT. I pulled 1 point off of that, right? Yeah. VT. VT. Okay, VT, guys. This is what we've been waiting for. It's pulling back right to where we wanted it to pull back to. This is a volatile stock. This is fire. This is going to be incredibly amazing. I love this. I love this. We basically know what's going to happen. How low did it go? About 50? No, it's got to go lower than 50. The Bollinger Bands and the Kelter channels are pointed downwards now. The trend is down. ADVM, how we doing? Great stock, great stock. And notice how on ADVM, we knew exactly where to get in, right? Actually, how did we know exactly where to get in? The chart told us. It said 1112, buy in. 1112, buy in. So I said, oh, okay. And this can go as high as 1246. So we're going to watch that level, 1246. But definitely a good idea to take a partial at this point. Yeah. Actually, it might have even went to the next. Where did this go? I hate these charts, man. I gotta be honest. It went close to this second channel, but doesn't matter. Either way, 1112 was a good entry. I don't think that this will be complete until it reaches 1246, 1250. So just let it rock for now. It's in a bull flag formation anyway. VT. Let's go. Let's go back. So we knew exactly where to get in on that one. And we know exactly where to get in times 2. There's 2 potential entries here. One of the potential entries is 360. I mean, not 360, 331. So don't let anything fool you and don't buy in now. Let's take a look at what else is gaining throughout the day. VT, TCO. Looks like TCO actually rallied a little. Oh no, TCO didn't do anything. TCO looks like a buyout. OXBR, penny stock. I'm not touching that. ONCX, another penny stock. I'm not touching that. My limit is 90 cents. I don't go below 90 cents. MREO. A little pump and dump there. Ooh, RNWK trying to get to the top. Very slow. No volume. I wouldn't touch that. ADVM. That's all. ADVM. That's our boy. We in there. We in there. Yeah, baby. We know where you're going. You're going to 1250. And if you break 1250, woo, you can go to 16. Here we go. Here we go. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that beauty. Come on, break through this level. It's got a lot of resistance. It's 12. There we go. 1240, 1244. Are we going to break 1250? If we break 1250, we could go all the way to 16. I don't think it's got it in it. Let's just wait. We in the grizzy. Whoa. I'm trying to read y'all's comments. And, yes, this is live. Of course it's live. And I shared the link, right? If you want, there is a 0-second delay streaming service that I shared. Thank you, Sean. I appreciate that. Just love the sound of my own voice. Can't get enough of it. Can't get enough of it. All right, so it looks like it might have failed out at 1220. At this point, if you didn't take your partial already, wait for the next pump up. Let's see. Let's give it a minute. Patience. Oh, okay. VT. It's not. It didn't hit. No, I'm not ready to get in that. I'll be ready to get in that once it hits 330. Idealistically, I like it at 270. But I don't think it's going to go down to 270. That's a little too low. It could, though. It could. Definitely could. How's Tesla doing, by the way? What a mess. Wild horse. I know my freaking mentor Marvin. My initial mentor Marvin. If you've been a Breakout Trading OG, you know who Marvin is. Done a couple groups on here. He's a Wall Street veteran, and anyway, he traded Tesla even when it was going to the downside, and still made money on it because he hedged it, and now I can't imagine how much money he's making. I envy him. No, I'm just kidding. All right, we're not paying attention to our own responsibilities here. They say Eminem confused everybody at the Oscars. I don't understand that. Does anybody understand that? He came on and played Lose Yourself. He refused to do it. Oh, yes. We are killing it, baby. We are killing it. We broke over that 50-cent mark. I'm not selling those 250 shares for nothing. As long as we stay above 1250. As long as we stay above 1250. You know what? VTVT looks interesting. I like its formation right now. Yep. Hold on to that ADVM. let that baby run to hopefully 16. By now, hopefully, you've taken a partial. Yeah, it looks very pivotal. VT, but I don't trust it. I don't know what it's bouncing off the 200-day moving average. I can see that on this other chart here. VT, that line there is the 200-day moving average, and it looks like it's getting ready to go back above the 50, the 9. But it does, yeah. See? That's why I don't jump. That's why I don't jump. All right, ADM. I swear, I'm not dyslexic. Not that there's anything wrong with dyslexia, but I can't say tickers right sometimes. ADVM, killing it. About to break into the 13s. 1328. This is going right into 13 right now. 1328, 13. That's it. It's going to break 13 and go right up to the 1320s. Amazing stock, guys. I hope you took this one with me. And I think we're ready, man. 15 days. 14 of them are profitable. Thank you for the happy birthday, David Clifford. Yeah, 15 days. 14 of them profitable. I think we're ready. To drop $1,000 in a CMEG account. You get 6 to 1. You get 4 to 1 on your money when it's 1,000. So that's 4,000. Take 4,000. If you make 10% a day, 40, 400. I think you have to have at least 2,500 to get the 6 to 1 leverage. Watch this VTVT. VTVT ain't dead. It's just chilling. ADVM, I'm telling you, this has a range. And how do we know this? Because I showed you the charting. Couldn't be any more transparent. Where'd I go? VTVT, once it breaks over 1246. By the way, are we at 52-week highs? I can't tell because of this shit in the way. No, we're not at 52-week highs yet. But we're getting close. Once we break that 1246, the next level is 16. We got a wide channel here. Already at 1350. Great pick, man. Great pick. Luke, how did you find this amazing pick? You know, was it even up 15% in the pre-market? I think it was. I think it was just barely up 15%. But I found it. Right? Oh no, where did I find it? I think I found it on the scanner. I have to look back. Does anybody remember where I found it? Oh man. I'm getting old. I'm feeling my age. Turned 29 today. That's a scary age, man. That's a scary age. Come on, we got to break 1350. I'm not even worried about ADVM. I know it's going to 16. I'm more focused on this VTVT. I would like it to come down to, yeah, a little more. It needs to come down a little more. I would never buy this the way it sits. Not in a bajillion years. It's in a bear flag formation. You got, here's your pole, and then it's consolidating right here, and it could shoot down even more. But that's okay, because I want it to reach its pivot point at 331, see what happens there. You know, any stock that's moving 77% has my attention. Here we go, 1350 on ADVM. We own it. Up $1,320. Money I risked. How much did I risk? I bought this at $12, didn't I? I forgot what I risked. $12, $12. Oh no, we bought this at 11.10. Which, again, what was 11.10? Anybody remember? 11.12 was the bottom of the channel. So I was very comfortable buying it there. Now it could have went lower, yes, and it did actually go lower. I actually bought it. You can see on the candle that it sort of dropped and then came back up. And once it came back up and crossed over that level, that's when I bought it. This stock is ridiculous. It's insane. It's going to reach 16. It might not reach 16 today, but if you were to average this line, it looks like it's going to hit 25. So I wouldn't doubt that it would hit 16. But I hope, and again I must say, that you've taken a partial. When I say partial, I mean either 2/3 or 3/4 of your share. Or if you have 1,000 share, I like to sell usually either 750 or just 700. It's easier to sell in lots of 100 because, as you can see, that's how shares are sold, in hundreds. It's very rare, you know, you'll see a 50 here, and I don't know. Mostly sold in hundreds, but closing time. Anybody looking at anything right now? Anything popping that I'm unaware of? Facebook? Let me tell you something. The U.S. equities stock. This could be pivoting down now. It's just possible. I wouldn't bet on it. You know, the trends. Yeah, it looks like it's breaking out. You can identify. I do it with my eyes now, but there is clearly a channel here, and let's see. We have to draw out that channel. Actually, it looks pretty good. You could say that this to this is the channel. There's your channel. Yeah, so we broke out of the channel. A little concerned about that. Let's see if it can recover. We've also broken below. You see these very small dotted lines? That is the 9-day moving average. It is the most important moving average of a day trader. I do like VTVT's formation. One thing I haven't really been focusing on at all is the market. Market's been good. It's at 0 right now. It's up 0. It's like now it's up 1. Roku is just absolutely killing it. But one of my rules is not to chase. So I'm not going to chase it. But Roku, jeez Louise, went from 125 all the way to 131. As it does normally. Yeah, definitely don't chase that. Is there news on Roku? Roku just does that. Roku's float's kind of low. It's like 100 million shares. Tech companies who have superpowers to change the industry in the world. I agree. I think that Roku is undervalued so much. Um, there we go. Popping back up. And I also here the red line is the VWAP and the yellow line is the 9-day moving average. Here it's a little more complicated. You got your pivot levels, your P, your resistance 1, resistance 2, support 1, support 2. Then you have your Bollinger Bands as well as your Kelter channel. They give you a direction of the market, and when they intersect, it can mean that the market is getting ready or the stock is getting ready to change direction, change trend. But we got some good stocks here, man. Roku still going. Never chase, never chase, never chase. Anybody? I can trade Forex. It's just not my cup of tea. I love U.S. equities because they are the staple of, to me, finance. And even though, yeah, that might not be true. You could own annuities that have, T-bills and things of that nature in there, but it's usually stocks. And then there's just so much that go off of stocks. Options, warrants, rights. And that's why if you want to take the Series 7 and really get into this field, that is something that we're going to do together. On my YouTube channel, I'm going to have a page just basically going over it's basically going to just be me with slides. I know. Everybody says PowerPoint is so lame, but I want to go over the Series 7 on a free channel. Because right now, if you wanted to study for the Series 7, the only way you would do it is you would have to hire a company like Kaplan. You pay them a few $100, 5, 6, 7. It could be thousands. It could be in the thousands. Sometimes it is. Depends on how many licenses you need. Look at this ADVM. Unbelievable. I tell you, this is going to 13. 16. All right, and or you can hire STC is better in my opinion. Kaplan's a well-known name, but STC is just I wouldn't say they're better. They're all the same crap. AQST, this is the one we were watching this morning. Is now AQST. I had a lot of interest in this one. Pulled back to 3. Let's see if we can find why it only pulled back to 3. Okay, let me do it on this one. Looks like it pulled back to 399, around 4. Yeah, 399. So let's see. Let's take a look. Let's do some reverse engineering here. Okay, so AQST, boom. It's on the most advanced list, and it's in 3rd place, which makes it pretty, palpable. And then you have ADVM, which is the one we traded, which is killing it right now as in 1st place. So next, let's look at AQST's float. Okay, 29 million as opposed to its volume. Volume on AQST is very low. It's that's the problem. I wouldn't touch that one. ADVM's got 3 million shares of volume. That's good. AQST I wouldn't touch. Just a little bit too low on the volume end. But let's see if we can identify why it pivots. It pivoted at 399 or 398, whatever it was. AQST. Okay. So it's got a pivot at 3. It's got the bottom of the channels at 376. So it did not touch the bottom of the channel. Ooh, I want to remind me, I got to keep an eye on VT. No, I can't really reverse engineer this one. It just kind of, I don't know what it pivoted off of. It's got no volume anyway. Okay, here we go, guys. It's getting very close to 3031. That's the entry. And keep in mind, notice that the Bollinger Bands are starting to widen, which means that this can do anything. All right, 344. Come on, baby boy. 330. Okay, it's testing our pivot. I'm going to get ready to put in an order. All right, where are we at? 339, 340, 331 would be ideal. 331. What did we hit? Did we hit it? 331, 331, 331, 331, 331. Now, I'm not going to get in at 331. What did I say is very important is to always respect. You want to wait for the confirmation. So you would never get in at 331. You would probably get in at like 340. But we're getting very close to the pivot. I can't wait. I'm getting excited. I kind of want to just jump in. But practice discipline. Here we go. Here we go. What the hell happened? Whoa. Okay, where are we at? 335. Look at this kind of shape that we got going on here. Doesn't that look like it's getting ready to pivot? Ooh. I ain't a killer, but don't test me. All right, we just touched the pivot. We broke the pivot. It's okay. You actually have a 20 cents buffer on both sides of a pivot, but I think I like how it's sort of flip-flopping here. I would buy this at 340. If this goes up to 340 again, I would buy it. Right now it's sitting on the pivot. Sitting on a pivot. And don't forget, if it fails this pivot, there's a pivot at 276, which is extraordinarily strong because it's not only the monthly but the daily pivot. Closing time. I like the resistance that it has at this number here. Come on. It's getting ready to rock it. we go. Looks like it's pivoting up. Looks like it's gaining momentum. Yeah, it is. All right. Gonna buy it at market price. 1,000 shares. Let's wait till we get to 340. There we go. Yeah, it's look. You can see the momentum picked up. Look at these orders. Right back down. That's why I'm waiting for it to hit 340. To me, that would confirm it's an actual pivot. Actually, what is this 9-day moving average at? Closing time. The 9-day moving average is at 340. So I'm not buying this until it goes above 340. Okay. Keep an eye on these candles too. Notice you have a hanging man followed by a doji. Doesn't look good. Damn, man. ADVM hit 14.20, 14.29. 14.04. About to hit new highs again. 14.10, 14.13, 14.09. Wow. See? Just want to show you why you never chase. Look at what would have happened if I would have jumped into Roku right here. This is irritating me. But it's clearly pivoting. It's clearly showing some strength. Okay, there we go. 390. I mean 339. There we go. Now we're above the 9-day moving average. Here we go. This is where it pivots, guys. Right here. Right at the pivot. Right at the R1. The best pivot. Come on. 339. 340. All right. I'm going to buy some of these. $340. Buy. I'm in. All right. This could be a major mistake, but it just looks too much like a pivot to not be one. However, when I look at it with a different set of eyes, I can actually, all right, I'll show you what I'm looking at over here. It's still in the sort of, what do you call it? All right, we're looking good on the level twos. It's still in a downward channel, which I don't like. We really need to break above this line. If we can break above that line, there's hope. But look what it did, guys. It literally pivoted right at the pivot. Oh, look. And now it looks like it's going to break above that line. Very important that it breaks above that line. That would mean it's no longer in the descending channel. Now, if I'm wrong, I don't hold on to stocks. I just get rid of them. I'm not going to let this drag me down. Financially, let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's going to break that line. Come on, break out of that frickin' channel, man. I would hate to think that the channel starts up here. Even if it did. It's the same point. There we go. Alright, come on. We got to break 350. Got to break 350 here, man. Otherwise, it's screwed. You might as well sell it now. For 5 cents. ADVM, like I said, I sold 3/4 of my shares, but I'm waiting for this to hit 16 before I sell. At least 15, 50, something like that. But it could go all the way to 16. Might not do that today, but we'll definitely do it in the coming days. Come on, baby boy. It might have to pull back and cup and handle. I don't know. I just wanted to break through. Come on. Markets are up strong. That's good. That gives it a boost. Another piece of Jesse Livermore's strategy is he believes never to go long in a stock if the market is going down. Never trade long or short in a flat market. He also believes come on, man. This VTVT looks like it failed. It would be smart to have a stop loss on VTVT if you have it, Stop loss level, I would say 27. Just because this is the kind of stock, like we said, has a lot of insider trading. It's loaded with insider trading. It's got what? I don't remember. 60 million shares with a 3 million share float. Ooh. I think we're going to cup and handle here. That's what we're seeing. Come on, baby. Breakthrough. It's going to break. It's going to break right here. Maybe the next candle, but the next candle is going to break. Has to. It's just the line is getting too low, and we're staying stable at 340. Definitely have a stop loss on that boy there. Let's see. Can't find the... Can't find it. But this book here is Options as a Strategic Investment by Lawrence G. McMillan. This is a options. If you're considering options, first of all, I must suggest that you first become profitable in stock trading. You will lose money in options, and if you don't know how to properly trade stock. But if you are profitable in stock trading, I suggest getting this book here, Options as a Strategic Investment by Lawrence G. McMillan. I do options trading, but I didn't see anything fit to do it today. I'm still waiting for this frickin' VT. But yeah, this book is amazing. This book, I've told the story of Gary Cohen a million times, but there's a man named Gary Cohen, and you know, this is back in like the 70s when options came out, and you know, started to gain popularity and all that. But Gary Cohen used to walk around Wall Street in a thrift shop suit, and he used to just try to strike up conversations with people that looked like they were rich finance people. Eventually, one day, Gary Cohen hears a man running out of a building, very rich looking man, hailing to a cab, telling the cab driver he needs to go to LaGuardia Airport. Gary Cohen also says, I need to go to LaGuardia Airport as well. Long story short, they get in the cab together. They start having conversations. The rich man, starts to say, "Oh, I'm opening up a new options department in my firm." Blah blah blah. Gary Cohen lies and tells him he's an options expert, and the guy's like, "That's great. Come in on Monday." So Gary Cohen had a weekend to learn everything he could about options, and he used this book. You know, different version. This is the 5th edition. Probably he was using the 1st edition. Lawrence G. McMillan's Options as a Strategic Investment. Came in on the office on Monday and killed it. Killed it. Totally killed it. And eventually became CEO of that company. Goldman Sachs was its name. He was also the Secretary of Treasury for President Trump. And he was the one that quit so controversially and That's it. So this is the book. If you want to learn how to trade options, this is the book. And let me tell you, it is good. Now you do need to know basics of options to, you know, read this book. You have to know what a call is. You have to know what a put is. You have to know the basics. Okay. So it looks like our pivot point worked, huh? With VTVT. Right at the pivot, baby. 331. Sometimes it'll go a little lower. It's not 100% perfect. Sometimes it is. But let's see if we can get above that VWAP, and then I'll be really impressed. Looks like ADVM. I'm not going to make a decision on that one yet. We're still very much in the green. We bought way down here at 1110 because we knew where the pivots were. We bought VTVT right around here because we knew where the pivots were. So that's why this is green on both sides. But I'm a little skeptic of no, VTVT is going to keep going up. It's ADVM I'm worried about. Looks like it's curling. I need to see a nice pop up. You know, here's the first pullback and then bang. That's what I would like to see. What's up, me? Me is in the program. Thank you, Mr. Flick. I appreciate it. That Winamp? What do you mean Winamp? Jacob O'Quinn. Winamp. I'm not anything cool. I'm not caught up on that lingo. Alright, looks like VTVT is moving slowly. Now, VTVT is a stock that would have been you would have been able to purchase with $1,000. You would have been able to get 1,000 shares, 4-1 on your leverage. It's my understanding everything's leverageable here. It's not like they say, oh, this stock is not leverageable. I could be wrong on that, and I usually am. But yeah, again, guys, just a recap of the day. What are we doing right now? ADVM was a beautiful pick this morning. We identified 1110 as a perfect entry, even though it opened and dropped. It went right to 1110, which we had pre-identified simply by finding the chart here. Just ADVM. Here's our channels, right? It shot down, boom, right in the morning, 11:12. We popped in because we knew that was the end of the channel. And now it broke out of that channel. That channel was from 11:12 to 12:46. Now it broke out of that channel. Currently sits at 13:27, but the next channel, the top of this channel is 16:38. So it might not be the worst idea, you know, to take your partial, of course, but then again, you can also maybe hold overnight the other side of your partial. And again, when I say partial, I mean 3/4 of your shares, and your final partial is the 1/4. So that was a great entry there. And then VTVT was our second play. Oh, we didn't play this off this. We played this off pivot points. VTVT. Vanguard Value ETF. That's a good ETF, probably. Yeah. VTV. It's a very good ETF. It's up 20% on the year. Well, the market's also up. Actually, the year just started again. That's right. VTVT. So VTVT opened here, dumped here, hit our pivot point at R2, and we're hoping for a rebound. If not, we'll get out. Really is just that simple. And it looks as if we got some red on the screen. 340. Huh. No. Don't buy it. It's still going to go up. Maybe not. Let me see. It broke above this channel here, this channel line. If it were to break back below that channel line, I would get out immediately. But to see some resistance here is expected. And I'm just going to keep holding on. Oh, there you go. Here goes Roku again. Market is up in a straight line. The day this market crashes, guys, I cannot wait. Why, you say? Isn't that messed up? People got their pensions and stuff and blah, 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 blah. It is part of the cycle. This is why I can't wait for the market to crash. Let's pick a stock like TVIX, right? This does the opposite of what the VIX does, ×2 or ×3 or something like that. It's doing terrible right now, right? It's at $42 a share. Really, it's less than that, but it's been split so many times. But anyway, let's just do this. Let's time frame. Let's go out. Aggregation period. 4 hours. Let's go out range. $20 years. Whoa. What the hell's going on? Alright, so if we go out, so I gotta change the aggregation period. This is ridiculous. If you go out 20 years, this $42 stock is worth, hold on, I'm waiting for 2008. This is really not the best chart to do this. There you go. There's a better one. This is just a 3-year chart, and you can see that it's 5,000. I'm trying to get to 2008, where this is like $500,000 a share. So the point is, there's money to be made. Now I understand this is an ETN, which means it's basically packaged debt, and that's why it's always depreciating in value. It only pops up when the VIX pops up a little bit, but there is a fortune to be made in that, in those market crashes. Not paying attention to what's going on. So we're at the view app right now. If ADMV breaks the view app, I'll just get out. Look at Roku making new highs again. Looks like it's pivoting off the I'm still not sold on VTVT. Again, I would have a stop loss in if at around 328 because this could very easily red candle a death itself and just you see a candle drop $1 in 30 seconds. Alright, I like it. It's pivoting off the view app. Very good. Healthy pullback. Anything worth looking at right now? Anything good on your scanners? Anything anybody is looking at? How about fun? Fun seems to be moving. I like fun. Yeah, I think fun's over. I mean, you had your first pullback. Here's your second pullback to $1. Is it going to break $1 or is it going to continue to rally? Usually these stocks do go to $1.05, $1.10, come down. Don't do much more than that. I'm not chasing that one. Here we go. I like them when they're at this level. No, not for me. Yeah, this one moved. It's right at my range too. 90 cents. I'll go down to 90 cents because you get these 90-cent stocks that do these sort of moves, and they're great plays because you get them at 90 cents and they go to $1.20, and that's, you know, 30-40% right there. 30-35%. Got a lot of stocks just taking off right now. Crazy. Market is just roaring. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's good. Looks like I'm getting ready to get out of VTVT, possibly. I had hope for that one. But one thing it was not was on the most advanced list. Now, if you are bored in the middle of the day and you just kind of like trading, and look at this stock. This stock is just ridiculous. Um, you really one thing when the market's like rocketing like it is, SPY. I mean, there's potential to do so many things. Look at names like AMD. Look at names like Nvidia. Look at names like Amazon. These usually follow in the footsteps of the market. Now, look at this. This is interesting. The Kelter channel and the Bollinger Bands are intersecting, which means usually a shift in trend. And you can make a lot of money on Amazon playing options on it because it moves 3 points like it's nothing. Matter of fact, I am interested in playing said stock as we speak. Pop down, pop down. You got yourself, what do we have here? It holds up on the view app, and then you have yourself a little upside down head and shoulder action. Yes, no, maybe. Let's go ahead and take a shot at it. AMZN, right? Amazon options. So we're going to buy some calls. I like to buy right a little deeper in the money. You know, I like to look at my delta. My delta's 62. That means every dollar this goes up, I make $62. Let's go ahead and let's buy two of these at price. We're gonna buy at last, right? I hope that doesn't screw me up. No, you don't buy at last. You don't buy the bid. You don't buy the ask. You don't buy market either. Let me try one first. CBOE is the options exchange. Or is that CMOE? CBOE? I don't know. Well, let's see how that works when I use last. Put me directly in the green. Maybe market is what you want to buy it at. One at market. That brought me down $3 million. So let's sell one at market. Unbelievable. I made $3 million, guys. $300,000. All right, so we know not to do that. Let's do this one. Different options, so it comes up on a different level. So I guess last is the way to go. See, that's why it's good to practice. Alright, so we bought at a list. I'm gonna see if I can get rid of this, because hey, that worked. Alright, good. It's not on an Amazon option. And I'm hoping it's just head and shouldering right now, because the market is ripping, which means that Amazon should likely rip. Now, if we want to go by the book, we can do multiple things with this option we own. We can do a neutral spread. So a neutral spread would be, so let's say Amazon has a hedge ratio of 0.25, and Amazon January is too hard to explain. I just ripped my book, and doesn't work in this situation. I'm pretty sure that this is just head and shouldering. So the fact that I think that it's just head and shouldering. See, if you want to do a spread, the best time to do it is when you're positive. So let's see if I can't make myself positive again. No, 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 no. You're bidding above your acceptable amount. Yes. Oh no, that was a mistake. Trying to figure this out on my own as well. Okay, so let's go to kind of cover my mistake. Well, that's not working. Let's see if that goes positive. Alright, let's try to balance this out here. Let's do this. Alright, let's go here. We have to go like 7 on that end. Last. Keep in mind, I've never used this platform. So And I don't understand why every time I buy, I'm negative. I'm clearly doing something wrong. Well, now I'm positive. So here we have a spread, but I'm sorry, a straddle, but I don't see my deltas lined up. A little concerned about that. Now this is maybe sterling is not the best for buying options. Okay, so you see how it's shooting up here. Alright, see how this is kind of countering the one out? I just don't see my deltas. That's the problem. I can't. This is very hard when you don't see your deltas. I'll sell that at the ask if I can. Look at these fluctuations. They're huge. I see an upside down cup and handle now. The market looks like it's pulling back a little bit. Keep going, keep going. There you go. My delta should be much higher on my puts, so this number should be beating this number. I'm gonna sell one just to lower that delta a little bit. I think selling at the ask did not work properly. And now it's popping up. Put all that aside for a second. Okay, what's going on with VTVT? Looks like it's failing to bounce. It's back at its pivot point. Let's see, ADVM. ADVM is going to pop again. See how it's just kind of slowed down and flattened out right on this the VWAP here. You're going to see the volume pick up, and this is going to come back up again. If it breaks the VWAP, I would sell. Immediately. Okay, consolidation. What are you gonna do? It's popping up. Alright, which one is the call? Trying to get rid of these calls here. Which one is the call? This one is the call. Let's just go one-legged and see if we can't. I don't know if I want to do that. Let me sell market and see what happens. Right now it's 1500. 1400, that's good. There you go. Popping up, popping up. I think that's the highest it's gonna pop up. 1466. Market sell. Ah, this makes no sense. Why, if I sell it at market, does it sell for $900,000? Let me buy it back at market. Maybe it'll fix it. No. That's unfair. Alright, I'm not even gonna count the Amazon thing, because honestly, I don't understand how the options work. Ooh, ADVM crossed enemy lines. Let me remove, hide rows, bing bang. Yeah, options are very difficult to use on here. I would probably, if I wanted to trade options, I would use Thinkorswim. Gives you just a better view of everything. There was no view. I couldn't see my deltas. I couldn't see anything. Didn't give me my implied volatility. I don't know. I felt lost. We're at 1306. And VTVT is this. Yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead and sell. See, this is a better thing than the other one. Part of me says not to let a candle like that shake me out, but I'm trying to just end the day anyway. And see, now she pops back up. VTVT. Oh, you're in the 20s. I'm out of you. Sell, 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 sell. All right, not bad. Ugh, not a bad day at all. Clap, clappity, clap, clap, clap for the good day. Clappity, clap. And now I want to go over Series 7 study. Series 7 study time. Series 7 study time. Series 7 study time. Series 7 study time. Now, what has happened is you used to be able to take your Series 7, which is the third hardest test to take, followed by the bar and, I don't know, some medical exam maybe. But now you have to take your SIE. Yeah, SIE. It's Securities Industry Essentials. It's good to learn anyway. Now, by learning your SIE and your Series 7 top off 47, so after you take your Series 7, since most of the stuff that was on the after you take your SIE, they just give you the SIE to see if you can even pass the Series 7. So, but most of the stuff that's in the Series 7 is in the SIE. So once you pass your SIE, they give you what's called the Series 7 top off. They don't give you the actual full Series 7 anymore. You take a top off. It's a lot shorter of a test. It's no longer like 3-4 hours. It's just an hour and a half and you're done. But you got to pass your SIE first. And that's where this comes in. It's very easy to register for the exam. You can go to prometric.com/Furna. This is very fun stuff. I'm going to enjoy going over. Okay, beautiful. So this is your SIE study manual. It gives you a different, you know, schedules that you could study for. The beginning is pretty basic. I kind of remember this stuff, but I gotta go over it again. Chapter 1, Overview of Market Participation and Market Structure. Type of issuers, how firms function, type of investors, primary versus secondary markets, that's important. And clearing and settlements, also important. I used to have a little widget that would be like, if I didn't want to read something, it would read it for me. Huh. Where is that widget? Speak It. It was like Speak It, that's what it was called. Aha! Now I have a little man up there. Let me see. Okay, market participants. The process of match. Oh, I have it right here. The process of matching investors who have money with issuers that need money is one of the primary purposes of security industries. Um, Ultimately, the securities marketplace and its participants provide the bridge between those with capital, money, to those that need capital for financing purposes. What is an issuer? An issuer is defined legally as a legal, excuse me, an issue. I should have to speak it. I can't read. Bond. When you hear debt securities, it's just bonds. That's page one. You could screenshot after that if you want. Basically giving you broker dealer is the one you're really gonna be hearing about mostly on your Series 7. They're constantly going to be referring to your broker dealer, broker dealer, broker dealer. And all the departments. A broker dealer, for example, think Goldman Sachs. They have their investment banking, that's where they invest. They have their research department, that's where they look up, bonds and stocks, and also give, release their analysts to the public. They can rate a company or whatever. Um, Sales, that's eventually you'll where you'll end up if you can get an investment banking, that's better. Or the best job, the best job to have on Wall Street or just in the financial. Actually, you wouldn't be working on Wall Street. You'd probably be working in Jersey or at the Nasdaq building. But market makers, best job you could have, make more money than anybody. Trading. You got traders and then operators, or just they do the paperwork basically. Um, Remember that word principle. Registered representatives, that's it. Now, market maker is what I was referring to before. Yeah, and it's also important to know that they pretty much have to buy it. And again, that's what I brought up earlier about trading in lots of 100. It's likely that you'll get a fill quicker because that's what the market makers pick them up at. What is a trader? Oh, yeah, I just realized you're not going to be able to hear it unless you're on YouTube. That's totally right. You're not going to be able to hear it unless you're on YouTube or unless I speak it, which I don't think I'll be doing. I also don't see YouTube anywhere. Did I end YouTube? Alright, guys, we had a good day of trading, and I will see you tomorrow. What the heck?